The beginning is just a nightmare due to all those ravens, because they always fly in very random positions that are very easy for you to lose track of. You start with no ammunition at all, and you get sniped by a raven. You start off with no ammunition, and you get sniped by ravens immediately. Case in point. But here, I'm gonna switch back to Trevor to make things cool. Or no, I don't want to do that. Otherwise, that happens. Get rid of every enemy you can here. Otherwise, that happens. I'm gonna keep using Grant until we actually get to Dracula. Darn. The first form is the most dangerous. It throws out these fire pillars, and then a giant one comes, and you need to dodge that very carefully. Also, you don't want to get cornered by that. But I think I already am. Bugger. The farther you stay away from Dracula, the farther away the fire bars will be. But you don't want to get hit. Alright, I'm doing well so far. The boomerang is most effective for the first and third forms, but you want to try and avoid that blood. Yeah. Now, the one disadvantage is that, well, two really. He can only have one dagger on screen at a time, and when using the dagger, he's stuck on the ground. Yeah. He can even hop over the fire bars. And assuming that you can't just, you know, accidentally run right into one. The farther apart they actually are, but I think I am... Yeah, I think I am pretty much trapped by him with absolutely nothing to do. Yes, I am. He can't hop over that last giant one, though. I could have sworn that I was in the right position to dodge it. What? Wait a minute, the fire is a blind spot? Seriously? Wow. And the farther you stand from Dracula, the farther apart your chances are of actually defeating him. The farther apart they stand. You can't hop over the giant ones, but the small ones are bad enough. Thank you. They become a bit easier to dodge. Darn, and the farther apart you stand from him, the easier they are to dodge. But that one's really hard to dodge. It also doesn't help that Dracula has to be hit in the head in order for you to cause damage. Or at least it in a place where it is very safe. This is not safe. I'm trapped. Yep. Oh man, I'm just wasting time just showing you this footage. And I really... That's the problem. Those giant fireballs always stay out really long. The first form, we're gonna switch between characters. Mainly because Grant can hop over the firebars, but boomerangs do much more damage to him. And you can double up on hits. But the problem is, I think I'm trapped, because those bigger firebars, they stay out longer, and you cannot hop over Dracula, seen here. You want to avoid all this blood coming down that could easily trap you. And it takes a quarter of your life per hit. See? The third form isn't much to worry about, though. Alright, he's almost down. Oh, come on, that close? It doesn't help that each blood drop takes a core of your health per hit. Case in point. And plus, the boomerang does the most amount of damage to the first and third forms. Since all these bosses are weak only to the heads. Yeah. Now it's time for the third form. This one's probably the hardest. Yeah. What you want to try to do with Trevor is get on these platforms so you can actually hit him. Otherwise that happens. Now it's time for the third form, where I immediately get hit. Why does that keep happening? So rating the stage was kind of weird, but like I said, I gave two separate ratings, one for the stage and one for the Dracula battle. So first we're going to look at the stage and see where those problems were. I give him officially a 4 out of 10. Yeah, you heard me, I called the stage the gender. But anyway, I give this place a 4. Mainly for the beginning, where you start with absolutely no ammunition and you're immediately being ambushed by ravens. Also, there's that down-scrolling room with the Medusa heads and the crumpling blocks. That place could catch you off guard, even with Grant. The next room, you have to face bats and the skeleton pillars, all over death spikes and crumpling blocks. The next room isn't so bad, even with those spiders, because those skeletons, they only take one hit to kill, but that red skeleton could be a little annoying, but still not too bad. And that tilting clock ball, that's nothing to worry about. So those last two rooms weren't too difficult. That's why I give the stage a 4 out of 10. The main point difficulty of that part of the stage was those ravens right at the beginning. That is just really difficult. I absolutely despise it. And then you get to Dracula. 2 out of 10. Now, you might be wondering, come on, Frey, you should have given him a higher rating than that. Well, here's the thing. The first form is irritating, definitely, due to those fire pillars. I would have given it a 1 if it weren't for that form. But the main reason is those giant fire pillars that you cannot jump over with Grant. With Alucard you can do it, but with Grant not so much. The second form is blood drops are nothing to worry about. Just crouch in the corner and they actually cannot hurt you at all. At least from what I've experienced. I could be wrong, though. Also, going back to the first form, the fact that he teleports from place to place and it's completely random where he teleports to, which direction, that is very dangerous. So the second form isn't so bad either. It gets a little easier. And the third form is absolute cake. All you have to do is throw boomerangs at his head, avoid the small lasers, and that's it. The first wave can catch you off guard, but after that, it's really easy. Now keep in mind, this is for the Akumajo Densetsu rating. Castlevania 3 in the US and Europe, those lasers were actually larger and a little bit harder to dodge. But they did the same amount of damage. But again, I cannot change the ratings due to this being for the Japanese version. So 4 and 2. The final boss wasn't so bad aside from the first form, but the stage was a bit tougher. And there are actually a bit of notable differences in this version. If you die during the battle with Dracula, you get sent back to the previous checkpoint instead of the staircase. But in the Japanese version, you start you at the staircase. But if you get a game over in both versions, you have to redo the entire stage over, which is a bit annoying. But in the end, I think these are very reasonable ratings. So, like I said earlier, we are not done yet. Next up, I'm going to the murky marshes of morons. It's marsh. So, I'll see you then. This is the Fredster32 signing out. Have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed this video.